Well, hello everybody, Smithy here and welcome to another episode of JurassiCraft 2 and Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Last episode we were in Jurassic Park and we're staying here for another episode at least. And if you remember, we started changing the visitor centre out here, and thank you very much everybody for all the comments and suggestions. We had quite a lot. What I'm going to do though this episode is, you can see I've started taking out that wall over there. See, it's gone. And also since last episode I have finished off this wall over here. So let's just go back, have a look, and I want to tell you about this visitor centre, how it's going to change in the future and how it should match the real movie set, and we'll come to that in a minute, but it is different than it should be. So let's go and have a look, change back into my normal viewing mode. Now this side over here, I'm going to do the road again later, but what I've done, you can see now that we've got the shape of the innovation centre going, innovation, I think of Jurassic World. I've got the visitor centre going with the buttresses on this side. Quite rightly, it is grey on the side, so what I'm using is the rough andesite as the grey block. So I'm replacing the wool because I feel it gives a better texture for the concrete. You can see in my hand, it's got that like concretey texture. So we're very lucky that we're able to do that. Now I haven't done the entrance to this. I'm going to have a look at it because the entrances are slightly higher. And I do have room to play in terms of the entrances because we've got this much here, so I don't need this here, to be honest. I can just take all that out because I certainly think that's better. What I'll do though is make the grand entrance here a bit bigger, but we're not doing that this episode. We're just sort of starting along the way. Now on this side of the visitor centre, for those who don't know, we have this high-rise area. It's like a patio area which you can look out across the lake, say like that, and watch people in. Now on the other side over here we have, and we're going inside there to sort things out as well, over here, and I haven't done all this yet, but we have steps leading down, so on this side, and what I was just doing was going to sort of, I'm going to marry up with the area out here. I was just sort of starting it and think, right, okay, let's get sort of a ooh, that's the trouble with flowers, an area there, and then that matches this particular edge. Here is the edge here, so I thought I would come out to the edge of there and watch those flowers again, like so. You have to get rid of those and bring the path out, but I wanted to be very careful here. I don't want that, so what I'm going to do is bring it down like that. Nope. Like to bring it to the level of this, to bring it down like steps like that, not all the way down. So, and then I'm going to bring that out to the road so you can either come down. So what I need to do, I've literally married up this side identical. So what I've got to do is tear down this particular section and marry it the other side. The other problem or the issue I have is, as people have noticed, you've changed the front of the innovation centre. Now on the original design there were like Greek pillars in very light, and there's a couple of pictures quite interesting how it's painted. It wasn't all grey, and that's why I've got this very like marble effect. So I've used the polished diorite for that, for the marble effect. I know it's not met all your not everybody's happy about that, but that's what I'm doing with that. So I'm now going to match up this side of the visitor centre to that, and then basically I've got to take that all the way around to this side here and do the wall with the entrance. So I'll do that off camera. That's the best thing I can actually do. So now something quite fundamental about the visitor centre. The visitor centre has this central Turunda, and it has two Turundas left and right, which are bigger than the ones on this particular area. Also, if you look at the view from this side, they are a different design. So that one and that one need to be a bit higher on both sides. They're too low for me. And also they have this one here. Basically I'm going to make it bigger, and it has not all this glass. It has a layer going around here with pillars. Then it has pillars on the side exactly like this, which come out on to the balcony area. But most designs have this layer here identical level to this layer. So you see what I mean about it being too short? They need to be higher. So I need to have a bit of a complete rebuild, and they need to be bigger. And let me show you why they got to be bigger. And the other thing that's different about this is I'll be then able to join together here. The visitor centre doesn't go all the way into to that particular house. It comes around here to this sort of area, and it has sort of a groove that comes in a bit, comes across, and then comes back out. So we need to do something with that particular area. Now let me show you something else that most people don't actually know about this, and this might cause you to have some conversations. Love to have the conversations on the comment section. So but before we continue with some comments on the inside, let's just recap for the visitor centre using some stills and some artwork that people have done. So many people over the years since 1993 have recreated the visitor centre, have done artwork, but we'll refer to the movie first of all and some interesting facts. Already pointed out by one of you guys on the comments is that when the Jeeps come in, they come in from the side, and that's why I was going to make that new road coming in. Let me show you as they sweep round. They come in, they sweep round here, they join the tarmac road. If you think this is like this bit of the road here was sort of supposed to be mud, and they literally drive onto this tarmac bit, which carries on down that way past the Jeeps down there. So there is the road that comes round. So this pond's quite small. The pond comes round, you can see the Jeeps drive around while they're still doing repairs. A bit obscure there, but it's just doing the repairs. Next shot is a bit clearer, and the next shot after that. So the visitor centre itself has these rotundas, which I'm talking about, and why you'll see in a minute. I'm going to explain about these and the facade that's built. Now, interesting enough, there is entrances for the Jeeps which come around the back, but we never saw them on the film, but we saw them sort of more on Jurassic World. Let's come around again to the front. This is a much clearer picture of the artwork. Now, what we saw was unfinished really. This was probably finished off here, but they were still like doing the cement when these people turned up, so it wasn't finished. And this is the pillars I was talking about. Now they haven't been finished off, they're still in the building stage, which my view is why I've taken this thing to make them look like white. You can see where we did the gateway is way bigger. Now let's have a discussion about this, because it pays a particular attention to how we do the inside. This is the facade of the rotunda, the great big one at the top, and notice the beams on the outside here on this side. Now notice the beams here, and when we go inside you'll see something different. You also got these two rotundas here which are up here. They are much higher. They have got this facade on, and they actually break into this rotunda here, which we'll come to a bit later. So that's my main idea. Now this we see steps on this side, but we don't see an entrance on this side where the Jeeps and stuff come round, as you will see now. So there's that one page. Just remember that bit. Look how low. Remember I said it comes round there and over the top. So let's go back to the next one. There's just a clearer shot again, the same thing. When the Jeeps pull up, here is the main entrance. Now, to come back to this, look at the straw. Look how small the gaps are on this side of the building, i.e. the front. So they come up to the door and walk in. And wow, it's different. As you'll notice up here, we're going to come around and show you. This is into the main area. You open the big doors, they walk in, and wow. You can see on this back side, there is no, the straw is not as dense, doesn't come round. We have got glass, open glass up here. And we've got another balcony area here with see more. So remember that, and we've got open glass in the roof. So let's just nip back to the particular here. There's nothing. This side of the facade is all strawed out, made with straw and made to look like incomplete. But this side is the facade. Notice, I will show you the beams inside. It appears here that the beam comes down straight from the front on this particular one, but look at the back. The back, there seems to be more beams, I say, and then these strengthening ones here which do not run. So there's a beam there which is white, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5, 6 might come round with the wooden beams in between them. So we come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't sort of match up. So anyway, that's fine. We'll sort that out once we get inside. So we come back in, and you can see a bit more here. Here's the pillars. The pillars are all made to look like granite and really posh stone, which is why I believe the front of the building, once it's finished, would have looked the same with this fancy granite. People may. Anyway, it was all done really fancy. Remember this at the back with the pictures of see-through glass, and you can see through it, or tarpaulin. And notice up here where the glass, again, this is the centre at the back. Then there's a main structure beam, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be one there, 5, 6, nearly around here 7. So we've got to be very careful how many beams we get and how we do that. But notice the glass all open. This bit I would say where the straw will be laid, but this is all open at the back here as well, which is not like it at the front. So we've got to make sure the design is like that inside. So let's move on. This is where it finishes. They're still painting it. Here's the concrete, and then the facade gives it more this fancy finish. It's almost like polished concrete, I suppose, but it's not supposed to be. So it's all polished once they're finished. And you can see here this level with rooms and stuff at the back on the second level, or it gives the impression there's rooms. And then you'll see later on where they climb out at the end of the movie. So pretty damn good. And then there's doors through to the cafe at the back. So it's just swing round. Again, all the tour cars come from the rear of the building. Yeah, it is concrete, and that's why I've used the stone I have. So it's come round, and then they go off around the island. So let's come back to the scene right at the end where they climb back through onto the platform. Again, you can see these areas at the back. You can see what I think looks like where there's supposed to be the straw, but there's no straw here or here. So the roof is a definitely different slope at the back of it is at the front, and it just goes round. This is where they jump off. And again, see the mural on the back, and notice where the dinosaur was. So notice this pillar on the left. So then we go round. The raptor comes through the gap between the front door and where this balcony starts. So that's quite critical as well when we design that. And then there's the doors, because the raptor has come through underneath the polythene. You see where the T-Rex comes through. You can see the glass, and again the pillars are on the inside, and we've got this facade here. But I didn't notice, it appears the doors, we've just got this white bit here. But again, similar thing to the front. Raptor attacks, and then T-Rex runs through this. There's the glass for the front, and the T-Rex comes through from that side entrance, obviously bursting through. But notice as well up here, you can see that the straw, where there's gaps on this side, this is where the straw would come. So the straw goes all the way down. So that's how on the front that the beams are in there to make it look like a complete. But the roof comes straight up. So it is a pretty fantastic structure if you were in there. So it goes up, and then the next one, there's a raptor here at the back, and there's another door over here, and then there's the T-Rex coming in eating the raptor, and there's the T-Rex back at the back. So you can see this again. I've got a structure that's completely different with this case that goes in here, and I've got to make the glass all open at the back of the place. So we'll come back out and see that. And that's the Onyx. Let me just show you some of the designs that I have. So let's go and do that. Let's go to this. This is one of my favourite. This is one of the most true likenesses of it, and there's some more of that, of the actual building. These people have created this in 3D graphics and stuff. And again, you can see the rotunda at the front gives this impression of all the way down. But inside we know it's hollow. And then there's these two at the back which have this high-rise opinion. See how the height? Got to get the height right. This is how I work. So this is the back of that. Look, this is the back, and this is the cafe. It's another piece of work. This was, I think if I'm rightly, this is aftermath from a game that never was, but look at the stuff that's been done. It was sort of in a beta stage. I would love this to be made. It's a fantastic piece of work. And there is this sort of, there's that side, and then there's the raptor. Is that the same one but from the inside? Yeah, door there. I think it's just the way it's trying to get it right to where the shop is. Yeah, that's the shop over there, so it's looking over there. This is again a very true likeness of it. It's again a 3D, literally the whole, someone spent hours looking at the set. They put big doors on this side, but look what I was talking about. This is the area here, the rotundas here really eats into the back one, and you can see, you can't see it because there's no reverse, there's nothing, no one's ever done the rear view of it, and you can't see the back like I'm going to design it, so you have to make, it's just these little grooves here. Again, they put big doors on here, big enough for vehicles, by the way, it's way bigger than that. But what's interesting is, if you think about it, T-Rex comes through this side and through into there. I don't know where T-Rex ever came from. It's one of those funny things that when you actually look at the building, where did T-Rex actually come from? So that's another picture of it, and then that's the same designer inside. Here's another look where this person again has gone to the fact that all the way around here is the circular bit, and then this all open at the back to glass. I was just pointing that out. This is Aftermath, Jurassic Park Aftermath again. This was a brilliant. I would love to see this. There's so much work and effort gone to this. You can still see the site. This person's recreated it as well. That's the original design before it was all painted for the building itself. And there's another artist 3D inside again. And that's more different version of the 3D again. Look, someone's rendered it as per, and again, funny enough, there's these, some of them put shutters on at the back, but it's all glass again, open to this light, to get light in there. And that's a front view again from Aftermath, and that's a close-up again. So that's the stuff. That's from the step side. This is what I'm using to be able to change it, and there's the actual screenshot again of them walking up the stairs, or just about to. And this is another version. So many. I've got hundreds of pictures to do this. So many people have worked on the visitor centre and spent years on it. Slightly different version. It's nice to see the pillars on the front, but again, this is not quite right at the back. Just loads, and there's the original one yet again. So there we go. So we're going to head back now, I think. Yeah, that's another one I'm using, which is a way bigger one. Again, but it's got them at the back, but it's got these open, which I don't think they are, but we shall use some of this to do that. And this is the last picture of the cafe outside. Right, there we go. And there's the road which comes in from Aftermath, which is slightly different from the movie. Right, we'll now go back to my world. So here we are back inside. So if you remember when you walk straight in, the stairs are, well, the way they put them over here, which is not quite right. The stairs need to come from this side over here, yeah, so this is quite big, so I'd probably make this a bit smaller, and we'll come to that. So T-Rex came from over here. Don't know how she got in, but she came from over here through the plastic sheeting, and basically that's the different levels. Now you will notice that the builder has done an excellent job. I'm going to change this because it needs to be darker, but if you remember rightly, that was not the wooden place there. The dark wood was over this side, and there was white in the centre, and then the wool is here. So quite interestingly how this person's done it is they've had the best. As I say, this is why I thought this was the best one, and you'll see why. Looking from here, the person tried quite rightly to get the interior design correct, in terms of this light level here coming around here, and then coming around to there, and then a secondary light level. So we need to tweak that, which is going to take a bit of building, as people have said. Now, so the stairs are going to come up to this side here. I'm going to make the balcony actually bigger. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to change some of the pillars. What do they use for this? Black wool. Yeah, so I'm going to turn it into stone pillars like you've seen in the picture. I'm also going to change the floor in here I've got to try and find some material which will replace this, which I don't know how I'm going to do. So, and then somehow I'm going to make it a bit more circular, because that's the other thing. See, it's like oblong and oblong here. Also, if you remember rightly, all this wasn't here. See, and if I take that out, we can see the bales at the back here. So that needs taken out as well. There we go, which is way better, I feel, to have the roof in with the struts, so it was hidden away. So if you think about it, once I get this stripped down, I'll be able to see what we're going to do. Let me just get this out here to show you. Because remember when T-Rex was here, you could see the beams going up here, so I need to tweak that as well. So this is a massive project to get to absolutely spot on. Quite rightly, someone else has suggested, why don't I use wood instead of the bales of hay? I might play with that, as I say, but they're all in good time. This is not going to be done overnight. I'm going to be coming back to it because I'm really going to tweak it. And then this is the back bit, but the best way is to go outside and explain how that's going to work before we go somewhere else. And we spent a long time on this, which has got to be right. So for you guys, you always remember how long it takes to build these things. Remember what I do with the end product. The end product usually looks right. So I'm probably going to tweak this again, because the straw's got to come round. Remember I was trying to do it here. It's got to come round here. The other thing, I might use wood instead, but I do like the straw because it's the right colour. We'll see how we're going to do it. So when we come round, let me just go right to the top. It is circular. See, it is circular, so I'm quite happy. It's just the way the beams work, so I think it's done a fantastic. But look at the back. We have never seen the back from any pictures, any artistic way, but you can see that it's all open at the back, and this person has done exactly that, which is opened out. Although, as you remember from the pictures inside, you didn't have all this white here, because you could actually see the glass. So we've got to tweak it, and now you can see how the glass is at different heights. However, we know from the picture that this glass is nowhere near as wide from top to bottom, but it seems to be wider at the back, so I'm going to have to tweak it quite a bit to get it right. And these, you can see from the pictures, I need to do a bit of work on these, redesign them. I like designing, but I'm going to do some redesign on these as well to make them bigger and higher. So sadly, I might have to just get rid of the whole top and then do it. So as you can see, it's not going to be done in this episode. Next episode, the one after, it's going to be difficult. And the cafe, they put the cafe over here. There's a rooftop one. But of course, we now know that there was a cafe at the back over here. So I'm going to have to do something with it and change that. But we'll see. That's way in the future. What I want to do is get it right so far. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to carry on doing some of that and showing you how it goes on and tweak it. Remember the road comes around the lake, so I'm going to make it go through those trees as I said, and the tarmac comes across and goes off down there, so that's fine as well. Right, that's enough of that for now at this episode, because I already dragged on about 25 minutes. What we're going to do is head over to the T-Rex area, because I know people have been asking about that. So I'm going to do some clearing to finish off the video and clear the area out and show you that area. So T-Rex is, now everybody remember where this is. If you go TP, you can download this map from Everything Jurassic Park. The link is in the description to download the map without any of this on. So here we go. I'm going to go straight to T-Rex. Remember, these are coordinates. The coordinates for you are the same as me, because I'm using the same map, TP. So it's 3517 if I'm correct. T-Rex, it's 126. And gap is minus 2853. Let's go. Let's hope. I was here earlier, just check it out. And all the trees are here. The beautiful rainforest. And the mountains behind, which build. Here we go. They'll build quite up. Let's just get it round here and see where we are, and then just explain about this because I'm quite particular. I know I don't get everything right, but hey, I like to use movie and look at that beautiful facade. Let's get this right. Now I've got the tree capacitor, I'll be able to do something with this. That is where the tunnel's going to be. This is where the goat is, down here. And people always say, hold on a second, why did the cars go down why didn't the T-Rex fall down the big hole? Right, okay, and the car did. Now if you remember rightly, if you look at the film very closely, the T-Rex was over here where these flowers are. The T-Rex burst out over here where the flowers are and then ran to attack the car over here and ended up pushing the car over the ravine down into this area here. And as I said before, Everything Jurassic Park is the first person ever to do this. And you can see the ravine here. The ravines, or big dikes, were put in, if you know the books, they're put in to keep the big predators apart, or dinosaurs apart. So this particular thing I'm going to, and the water's down here, but I'm going to, let me get the axe and start cutting this out. Whoa, that was scary. Whew. Flippin' heck, that was real scary, that was. I didn't expect it to make that noise. Oh, this wood is great. So you can see here that I'm using this new... that's the only trouble, it doesn't take this out. Oh, a rabbit, is that a killer one? No, not a killer one. So I've got to do a lot of this, but the trouble is, these, because some of the trees use pieces of wood, they don't axe out, but the leaves will disappear as well, so I'm quite happy. So the vehicle, and I've got to put a tree here, comes down through the trees from up the top there, and the water's here, so it's this ravine. I'm going to take some trees out to do this. I'm going to have to mess about with this. Let's go back up to the top. And I need to make the cliff higher, and as you know, the cliff, if you looked over the edge, I've got to do quite a bit of building here. The cliff where the car goes off was straight down. And funny enough, it was a long way as well, so they were deep. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this area out. See, like, the road carries on around here, so I've got to do a bit of clearing out, which will take me a bit of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that, and then I will come back and show you what I've done to get this. And remember, the toilet's over there somewhere. I've got to flatten the ground off as well, because it's... so you trouble this. Whee, that's a noisy one. I don't like that. Scary, that one, whatever that one was. We should do a bit more, and I shall come back and show you the area once I've cleared it out and ready to do the work on it. Well, welcome back everybody. I've had a bit of fun taking out the leaves, which took me ages, and I've started just planning out where the actual T-Rex area will start and finish. And I've only just to show you really, that's the road I've got to play with, which comes out of the tunnel just there. So I've got to do a bit more landscaping, which then comes round in a circle and then goes off around there. So I've got to do a bit more work with it. But you can see what I'm going to do. Let's go down here and tell you about it. So this road here, I think I'm just going to get rid of that. The road's over there. Now some maps do have that road and some maps don't, so it's quite interesting. Everything Jurassic Park, what you think about this, because I know the tunnel goes there. Some, obviously, most maps don't show this, but other maps do show the road going off from this direction. I'll have to go and check the map. Anyway, look at this. This is the bit, this is where the Jeep falls down. Because of where the road is and the size, I'm going to have to come out. I'm probably going to have to come out a bit more, to be honest. It's really good because I've got lots to play with, but all I've done is just put this in. It needs to be more of a circle. It comes out and runs down into here as well, because the fence carries on along here, so I'm going to have to sort of redo it. But I wanted to show you how big this was and how big the fence was. So, and then they drive off. That's where they get chased, of course. Well, T-Rex, the goat, for those people that don't know, the goat is just here, roughly. Very close, roughly around here. The T-Rex does come from through here, but you never actually see where she comes from, apart from a bit left. And the fence that she broke down was around by the goat. And then there's this real cliff down here. This is the thing I was talking about. And this is this really deep wall that we see the car fall down. So I'm going to have to do a bit more with that. You can see I've got to do the wall. I've also got to sort of make it slope. It was really steep, but I've got to make it slope a bit more down. So I need to do a bit more work with that. I just need to redo. I think I just want, looking at the movie, I need a sort of circle, more semicircle here coming round, following the road. But I'm gonna have a look at the shots and see if I can do that, and that'll be next episode. So we'll start building this next episode. But as you can see, it's going to take a bit of filling. What I could do probably is I'll have a look at the stuff, how close the road does come really close to the fence, but I'll have a look at the pictures again and we'll work with that. So there it is. That's where the T-Rex area is going to be. I love this. It is fantastic. Look at that. So thank you very much indeed for watching, guys and girls. That's another episode done, and we'll be back again on Jurassic Park again next episode. I've got one more episode in Jurassic Park before I want to change again, or I might do a bit more. I don't know. So thank you very much indeed for watching. Please like and please sub if you're first here, and if you've never been to my site before, go and have a look at the other 200 plus Jurassic Park, Jurassic World videos. So thanks very much, and bye bye. So just a bonus bit on the end, I've just redone it. I've redone it to make it look a lot better than the first one round, because the road runs right up to the side of it. So let's just have a quick look. I've got this. If you look at the picture, there's the mountains in the background. So once we get it going up and the fence going up, it's going to look pretty damn good. I'll have to alter the road anyway, but I knew I would do that, so there's no issue about that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I thought I'd just show you the curvature, so it's way better. So there's my new T-Rex compound area. So thank you and bye bye.